Hello, friends. If you are here from Instagram, today is March 14th, and I mentioned I was starting my podcast. And I just had a thought. I was about to restart this video, but we're not doing that because at this point in life, if you want to start something, you want to do something, guess what? We do it. And I saw this girl mention something on TikTok saying, when you mess up, don't start the video over, don't do it again, just keep going. And I like that. It's just like dancing, we don't have to keep starting things over. So I do have my iPad in front of me for this first episode of the podcast. The first episode is going to be where I've been, a journey of growth and healing, and I really just want to talk about it. So let me get comfy, get your tea or your coffee, and come join in. I do want to make this feel very welcomed and very close knit. I don't really like the angle I'm in, but it's okay. This is our first podcast. We'll get better angles eventually and all that fun stuff. There are a couple chapters we're going to be hitting on, and just so you have expectation and prepared of all the steps in this video, we are talking, the first chapter is starting my journey, a heartbreaking turn, transitioning to Missouri, finding escape and purpose in travel, battling depression, and looking forward. In conclusion, I'll be reflecting on the journey. So, I'm advancing. I got ADHD, but this time around, we're not just winging it, and we're actually following a outline a little bit. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, I want to start off with saying, let's talk about the importance of taking a break from social media, and why I took a break, and why maybe you should take a break, and what it did for me personally when it comes to like healing and things like that. So, the reason why I was MIA for so long on Instagram and social media and stuff, it's like because I truly needed a break, guys. I didn't want to post no more on there. As you kind of see, a lot of the topics, there's a lot of key points of why. And I think the hidden part was, truth be told, I was not genuinely happy living in Missouri. I'm not about to get up on here every day and fake the funk. If I don't want to talk to you guys, I don't want to talk. Like, I'm not going to post, and, when I look back, and I want you guys to remember this, and those times are actually the best times to post and be yourself and not really care about what other people have to say or think. But y'all, sometimes it truly is hard, but that's what kind of led to it. And I already was falling out of love with Instagram and everything. Like, I never had a desire to be on TikTok. I didn't, like, it would come in phases, but it was not like how it used to be when I was in college, where, yeah, I just wanted to post all the time and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys all the time. It was not like that no more, guys. It was more feeling like, why am I doing this? And I don't feel like doing it. So that's like one of the big key things, y'all. Yeah, so everything really started, like my journey, I feel like officially started, like where life took its course when I look back on social media, November 2nd of 2022. I launched my travel Instagram. The reason I launched this is because, I really wanted something that made me feel good and feel happy, and travel was it. And Instagram, my main account, was just not fulfilling. It just was not serving its purpose. It just wasn't fulfilling that need. So that was kind of what led. And then I was excited and for the hopes, just to have like a new beginning, and eliminate that personal with, what makes me happy and things like that. So that was kind of what happened. And then January 1st, as in that midst of me creating a travel account, I'm like, I'm gonna start sharing all my journeys and all that stuff. I actually had a miscarriage. So I had a miscarriage, so I was, pregnant, and I had a miscarriage January 1st, 2023, which is crazy. And then after that, that really screwed me up. Like, even leading up to that, I was having a lot of mental breakdowns. And then January 1st, 2023, things really took its course. Even after that, things were rough, real rocky, real rough. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, this would be more than what it's supposed to be in a podcast. But basically, just, I wasn't really myself. I had to do a lot of self-discovery. I got therapy, counseling, and I thought I wouldn't be affected by no miscarriage. Until this day, I still delusionally feel like I wasn't. But in reality, I had to been. There's no way. But that's the thing, emotions and life affects everybody truly differently. So a lot of that came from, I wanted to force myself to travel even more and just kind of travel and more. And I just was unhappy. Like, it was just like, why did this happen to me? Like, why is my life going this way? And I didn't want to have a baby. Okay, let's put that out there. I didn't want to have a baby. But I also didn't understand why, okay, now I have miscarriage. Why am I having all these emotions? Why is this all happening to me? But really, guys, it's life. This is what happens in life. There's nothing we can do about it. We are not in control. God is in control. And when you try to be in control, everything goes wrong. Okay, let me get some tea on that note. Ask yourself right now, like, how are you feeling today? Are you happy? Like, what is your score? Okay, I'll tell you mine. So I'm like an 8.5, guys, today. Check yourself every day. Okay, let's transition. So now we're going to transition to Missouri. Before January 2023, the miscarriage, I was already living in Missouri. I got to Missouri and I actually moved officially to Missouri. Like, I should have looked the date up. I'll put it in here when I find it. But I moved to Missouri, I want to say officially, like, the beginning of November 2022, maybe. But I was like, it's hard to say because for the first 2 years my husband was there, I was actually moving like a lot. Like, I was not just in Missouri. I was all over the place, guys. Like, I was traveling. I was going to so many different places. I went to, like, where did I go? I went to Florida a lot. I went to Dominican Republic for 30 days. Like, I was purposely, like, not looking forward realistically to the move to Missouri, to the point that I traveled so much for almost 2 years while he was living there already. So then I finally got there, basically, you can say a year later. I mean, we moved November 2023. So yeah, I still, like, when you look at it, Jarrell says I was truly only there for like a year, like, or maybe less than that, maybe 11 months. But when you're so depressed and you don't want to be somewhere, it feels like forever. So I just did frequent travels, like, on purpose. You don't realize, like, the mind is a funny thing, guys, because I didn't think I was doing this stuff on purpose, but I truly was. Like, I was purposely traveling just so I didn't have to be in Missouri. And okay, so the next is, like, finding that escape and purpose in travel. Like, when I look back, like, truly my escape and my purpose was coming from going to Dominican Republic, going to Puerto Rico, Florida, and, like, just doing all that stuff in the midst of our relationship, instead of using that time to figure out what's wrong with me, why don't I want to be there. Like, I think I was so just, I don't want to be there and I want to travel, that's only the two things I cared about. But it affected my relationship and affected me so much that I never gave my time to even understand those emotions until I got therapy, guys. So I'm saying this to say, like, seek therapy. I mean, it will save your life, literally. I don't know why so many people sleep on it, but you think you can figure that shit out yourself, but you can't. You need help. You need somebody to help you. And there's only but so much you can, like, do on your own. Yeah. So definitely traveling, I could say, was my coping mechanism. It still is to this day, but it's a little different because I'm aware of myself. I'm self-aware and I'm learning the mind of my own. I mean, not others. Of course, I don't understand other people's mind, but once you learn your self-mind, you can also help other people. Like, the mind is an interesting place, and we battle with a lot of confusion and thoughts back and forth and things like that. So that's that. So now, battling depression, looking forward. So yeah, just like, guys, while I was traveling, I was not depressed. That's just the real truth. People can talk all they want about, like, why people travel so much and travel this much, like, save your money. But the traveling and being somewhere, environment where you're happy, which we'll save that probably for another episode, the importance of that is crucial. Like, it's crucial. Like, you will find so much happiness in traveling. Not everybody's the same, but it would be crazy if you say you're not happy when you're traveling. I mean, there's so much joy in it, and, like, even just being in different countries where the sun and everything, because you got to think about it. I feel like over here in the US, many states, we do not have a lot of sun. Like, even to a certain extent, like being in Hawaii for a short period of time, like, yes, it's a sunny state. Yes, we get a lot of sun. And but this is still considered the US, but like, at the end of the day, like, there is not that much sun every day, versus I noticed when I went to Bali, every damn day the sun was shining. I'm sure there's gloomy days, of course, everywhere has it. But I just feel like, I don't know, I never did the research, but I definitely think this climate and the globe sun, I don't think we get as much sun we need. And there is so much importance to having vitamin D and sun and all of that. You need it in order to, like, to me, live. I mean, you just need it. So if you're depressed, seek sun. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little down, I go out back. Now we have a backyard. I can just go grab a chair and plop it outside and just sit there. And that lifts my spirits. I got my computer and everything, and I just sweat and I get hot from the sun. So that was that. And then also, like, in that midst of me traveling, I was a recruiter. I still am, that doesn't really go away, but I have a recruiting business now. It's kind of on the back burner a little bit right now, but I was able to travel with that. If you guys are wondering, like, that's how I was able to travel so much remotely from recruitment jobs and things like that. And then, yeah, guys, that's really it for that. Like, just depression is, to me, like, the only time I wasn't was when it was traveling. Like, if I'm not traveling, I was normally depressed in between that time a lot. And that had a lot to do with my environment, where I was at, and just learning myself. And then there was, like, obviously everything wasn't bad. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to overcome that, because I had to do a lot of work. I had to force myself to go to Springfield, and I would show you guys those little clips of me hanging out and this and that. That's me literally, like, forcing myself to get out of the house and get out of Fort Leonard, because we were on pose, and go to St. Louis or go to Springfield or go to Kansas City to seek joy and happiness. And sometimes it takes that much, and it sucks. But I think these are my opinions, my thoughts, but I think sometimes that's what you have to do. And let's see what else we got. So, conclusion. So we're almost done, because I don't want this video to be too long. Yeah, just honestly reflecting on the journey, I would say, guys, it has been truly, like, an amazing experience. Like, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of who I became. I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I'm proud of all the stuff. Like, I still have a lot of work to do. I have a lot, like, I still got to focus on. But, I'm here now and I'm doing the work, and that's really all that matters. And I took my time from social media to do the work, to come back properly and put this video out there and get back to my content creation and get back to doing all things I love. You sometimes need to step back, take a break before you just jump back in there. You've got to take those breaks. You have to step back. And sometimes before you start back posting and all of that, you need the break. I don't think any other day or any other time, when I think of months ago, could I have sat down and did this video and be telling you guys these things. No, because my mindset was still not there. Yeah, guys, I would say, to wrap this up, is I hope you enjoy this first episode of my podcast, and I hope you guys tune in and support me. These experiences and this stuff is so important into shaping your future. Like, you have to struggle, you have to go through things in order to get to the other side and see, like, okay, I overcame this. You have to. That's the only way. Like, there's no other way. You legitimately just can't. You have to go through the emotions. And I feel like I did not mention God once in this, but he did play a significant part into, like, my journey. And we can talk about my videos and other podcasts, because I could probably talk for like an hour. And I know sometimes podcasts aren't that long, but I like to keep mine short, because I'm recording on my phone, and I have to get more storage on my Canon camera. That's one of the big reasons. And yeah, guys, so I invite you guys to listen in, comment down below, tell me your thoughts. Like, let me know what you think of, that little glimpse of my journey. There's a lot of not missing pieces, but obviously in between that, I went through a lot of things too, like hurt, sadness, anger, like, so much. So let me know your thoughts, and comment down below if you enjoyed this. You guys are going to see it anyway, so I said I'll be posting this, but Share your own stories, share your own challenges, share like what have you battled with, what have you went through that people don't see on social media, because most people know me as a bright, happy girl, and like literally, y'all, I am day to day, but I still battle with stuff. That's the bottom line. The only people who will see that or know that truly are like is my husband. And I want to also disclaimer, like I'll say this also for another podcast, like when you get married, and I think I don't know for every beginner wife, but I will speak for myself, and maybe other people can attest they had the same experiences. When you become a wife for the first time, and like if you're a female who didn't want to get married, you are going to learn. Like I didn't want to get married. Basically, what I'm saying is you're gonna learn a lot about yourself and your partner. And thank God, like Jarrell is a good husband, because he also has like not taught me about myself, but because of him like telling me you should see counseling and things like that, kind of I'm learning more about things. There are situations, because when you are so independent and you lived on your own for so long and you just didn't care, like you're not gonna, there's nobody there to tell you about yourself, you know? So I'm just gonna leave it on that note, but I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day, and I hope you enjoyed my first episode of Where I've Been, a journey of growth and healing. Bye.